Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpack Trader Training Room for Thursday, August 18th. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not to be taken as financial advice. And there is significant risk of loss in trading futures, forex, equities, options, and crypto. You should therefore carefully consider whether trading is suitable in light of your circumstances and financial resources. In other words, do not do this type of trading with money that you cannot afford to lose. All right. YM just stopped out of a pre-market trade, so we'll look for a new setup there. Soybeans has a get in sync long at 85.75. I personally don't, I'm got to get in sync short on the Russell, but I personally don't try to get in sync with the Russell. Hopefully my voice will hold out today. All right, back with you in 1 second. All right. All right, we've got less than a minute to go before market open. Crude quickly is on the October contract as of this morning. Yesterday volume was still on the September, but we are on October now, and the market's open. Soybeans did touch its entry, and hitting money management. So we can pick up the trailer on the signal line for the trade being tracked. And the YM with a long trade at 56. That did touch. If you didn't get filled, I'd push the entry to 57. All right. And hey, made a run at the 50 on the YM. We'll have to see if we can get through that. Pre-market Russell trade stopped out, so we're looking for a new setup there. Soybean stopped out to complete a one and done session, getting targets 1 and 2. 11 ticks for target 1, 18 for target 2, 27 ticks there, and we pick up another 11 ticks on the trailer. So that was, what did I say, 11 and 18? Yeah, 29, 40 ticks, 10 points if you're trading all 4 positions. The Russell with a long trade, 92.2, under 2,000 on the Russell again. And a full stop out on the Russell. And the YM back down at the entry. All right. YM stopping and reversing too short. 37 with the stop and reverse adjust. Good morning, Miles, Bob, Pamela. Hopefully my voice will hold out this morning. Pound Aussie possibly getting long on this trade at 907. That would have been the first trade of our session. And that is a full stop out. All right, the Russell picking up a short there And yeah, 18 seconds on the first bar and a small wick on the second. So definitely in that. Target 3 and target 2 plus a tick or so. So that's a winner. Another short on the Russell. The YM is still short. And the YM with money management and target 1. 25 ticks to target 1. Stop now at 36 with our stop and reverse adjustment. 936. And the Russell taking a full stop out on trade number 3. That's 2 losses, 1 win. Trade plan can take 3 losses or up to 6 trades. Or 5 wins, I believe it is. It's either 5 or 6 trades, but it's 5 wins. Excuse me. All right. YM continuing down now. Approaching target 2, looks like 33.9 even, 33.900. And stop moves down to 31. Did we get there? And we got down to 898. So that gives us target 2. If you're trading target 2 on the YM, this is going to be, well, I don't know. If initial trade was 56 to 37, 19 ticks, 38. So we're still down 13. And we've got 6 in hand on the trailer. And that's where we go out with our 6. So we're still down 7 ticks and needing one more trade to get positive. And the Russell now showing a positive move as well. Okay, lots of time in a couple of those bars. So I would say that's a very likely possibility we could have pullback in these 2 bars to get in. We did. That's a break even plus a couple of ticks. Partial win. Didn't get to target 3. And there is a blue trade off the 20 SMA on the YM. That's a valid trade. Too fast to pick up so far. And that is at 906. There's a pullback. So in that short, my apologies for not making it into the room yesterday. My voice just would not stand up to it. And a possible short on the Russell. Most likely to the entry and pullback, but we'll have to see if it comes back. So in the October contracts on both unleaded and crude, and heating oil as well, energies did roll over. Unleaded and heating oil rolled over actually back about Tuesday on volume, but crude volume didn't roll over until this morning. And the YM still working to try to get lower. Came back up to our entry again, and now is trying to get down to money management. Money management is at 886. Target at 883. And bouncing back up. Another chance to get in. Looks like it's going to test the 20 SMA again. And the Russell hit the stop on its short trade and now is in a long trade. And there is money management, or very close, not quite there. Needing a few more ticks to, there it is. And the YM stopping and reversing back to long. Would have been a full stop out, so that at least reduced our loss. It looks like it's going to go back the other way now. We will probably get a yellow trade coming off of this. I don't know. Let's see, what was our high there? 24, and low of that one is 23. Yep, we should get a set of exhaustion dots on this bar. So if it closes down, we'll get there's your yellow trade at 94 in that. Nasty little up and down on us there, but break even on the Russell long. And this is our last trade of the morning, win or lose on the Russell, 88.8. Not moving too fast to get in lately. Target one, but not quite enough for money management. Looks like we'll get it on this bar. And there is our break even, 88.7. Looking for 86.0 for target 3. And there it is. Target 3 achieved. And starting the trail now. 88.6 for the trailer on the Russell. YM still working its way down. Kind of a downward drift. Target 1 is 39 ticks. Money management at 8.59. All right, we got a few minutes. Things are a little bit slower. Yes, Russell giving us a nice trade on this last one. 87.2 for the trailer. Through targets 3 and 4. Anyway, October contract, we have on crude, we had an entry at 89.49, 903.21. Small trade, money management at 39. So we had target 2 at 38, target 3 at 34 for 11 and 15 ticks. So 26 ticks and out there. And obviously, since if you were trailing and you had taken profit at target 2, you'd want to move your stop to 48, even though that's a major key level. And that would have stopped out at 48. But one and done nonetheless. YM approaching money management, and there's money management. So our stops on the YM come to 93. And there's a stop on the Russell at 86.7. That completes the Russell for the day. Here's a new trade on the pound Aussie. Long at 73.11. I would push that up above the 20 SMA. I'd take that to 13. And that's going to push money management up to 25, which is target 1. And I believe, yep, we got the 13.5, so we're in the long. All right, 9 minutes to our 10 a.m. crude session. One and done on the 9 a.m. And that trade has gone too far, so we'll be looking for something new. Taking a look at unleaded this morning. First trade, as with crude, was too fast. Just 1 second on that bar. And never coming back to the entry after that. So then we get short. That meanders about, stops and reverses to long at 76.06. Then coming back for another stop and reverse at 75.74. Getting money management and target 1, picking up a tick on this trail. You pick up target 1 if you're trading target 1 was 29 ticks. We just pick up a couple of ticks on the trailer if you're trading target 2. And the YM stopping out for a partial win at 886. And then we go long. I'd adjust this around the 20 SMA as well. I'd take that. Yeah, I would take that to 96. The entry is at 94. And it did just barely trigger in. All right, let's take a look. That's the one we want. Okay, MNQ. Not a lot of activity today. There's our start time, 8:34 Central, 9:34 Eastern. 8:34 is exchange time. Okay, looks like we had some time to get into that. It ends up being a break-even trade. Definitely time to get into the short. That's a break-even trade. And the long is our current trade. Looks like we should be in that. Well, maybe, maybe not. It just depends on how quickly it pulled back. If you're not in it, it would be a get in sync. All right, we'll be waiting for a trade on crude. Oh, wait a minute. We weren't finished with the unleaded yet, were we? So we got the break-even trade on trade number 3. We get a short right at the 200, adjust around it, still gets triggered in, and it's a full loss, unfortunately. Filtered long trade, short trade at 496. Stop and reverse at 75.31, and it does reverse, and that one goes for a quick money management target 1 and through target 2. All right, less than 2 minutes to our 10 a.m. crude session. There is a possible short at 64. Minute 20 to go. And unleaded through target 4. Big trailer. That ought to get us positive. Stops out on the trailer at 657 from the entry at 527, 130 ticks. Yeah. Plus 184 ticks on the trade using target 2. That'll definitely get us positive. And that would be our POQ. Took a while. It took some time to get there. Like that was the 5th trade. But we did get there. Actually, that was at 3, 4. No, that was the 6th. That was our last trade of the morning, and that was the one that got us positive. Unleaded going through session highs. And we are in our 10 a.m. session now. We've hit money management, so that trade is off the table. Looking for our first trade of the morning of the 10 a.m. crude mini session. And on it short being a nice successful trade. Waiting for a trade on crude. Let's see where we were. Okay, we had the break even, possible full loss, or stop and reverse to short. 10 seconds there. We should be in that trade. And getting another chance right here. So definitely in the short. Target 2. So that's a positive trade. And that's where we are. Still waiting for crude to get back to a new trade. Crude also setting new morning highs, but now coming back to test its 200 moving average. On the 8-tick range bar. Of course, there's going to be a 200 moving average on every chart you look at. And of course, it'll be different for every chart. All right, stopping out at 89.43 on the trailer, so we'll look for a new trade now. And pound Aussie with another full lot, with a second full loss this morning. All right, we're at 43. Okay, so that will put exhaustion. Yep, we should. Down bar will give us a yellow trade. We got an up bar and it looks like we're going to get a nut. Well, maybe. Bar closing below the signal balance line will give us a yellow trade. High of that bar is currently 37. So 27 would give us, that's right on the, that's right on the 20, or 200 rather. I definitely want to see it go through the 200. And you got a spike down to 23. A yick. Yeah, I don't think I'd adjusting beyond that spike is going to be a little too far, but I think 24 is a good entry point if it goes ahead down from here. It's not a good entry point, but it's better than some of the other presentations there. The 200 and the 25-cent level providing significant resistance or significant support at the moment. And a small long trade from 41. Money management up at 51. So that's our first trade setup of the morning. Oh, all right. Now that actually is a squeeze zone trade. Money management is up here at 51. The 50 is coming through right at target 1, but target 1 is too small. So that actually is a filtered trade. And here is our short trade at 29. $200 at 26. That's a hard one to take, but there's really no good place to adjust it. Yep. Money management at 19. I don't particularly like that trade, but that's what it is. You'd have to adjust all the way down to, and I'm just not willing to adjust down to 24, and there's no good place beyond earlier than that. But there's money management in target 1. So that's going to be a 10-tick win. And this will be a one and done session. All right. MNQ got a target 2 win and a break-even stop, or actually enter into a long with plenty of time. Note the pullback here on the second bar after the setup. So we have money management there and looking for challenge the stop, but still working, and target 2 on crude. 10 and 16, so 26. Not a morning for big trades on crude, but getting a couple of 20-plus tick setups for a pair of one and dones, netting a little over $500 on the two sessions with 2 positions to the fixed targets. And the YM going through some gyrations there. We got that gives us a POQ for the 10 a.m. crude session. Open for questions. And MNQ survived the stop, now trying to move higher to target 2. And we have a third long trade on the pound Aussie on the morning. And we had the short, stop and reverse to long, then stop and reverse back to short. It got break even is all. And that should do it for the YM session this morning. Not going to be a positive session, it doesn't look like. Or did we make sure of what I'm talking about here? That's our first trade. Stops and reverses to the short. We were down. That's right. We were down 7. We got the short, stop and reverse to long, stop and reverse back to short. And that was going to be at 9:43. I'm sorry, 892. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, then we got a breaky or got a partial on that. And we go long at 894 or 896. Yeah, that's what that was, which is a full stop out. So where were we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the long is trade 6. So that ended the session, and tough session. Got within 6 or 7 ticks of being positive after the second trade, and never able to get all the way there. All right, questions. And challenging the stop and actually hitting the stop that time to break even on the MNQ. So, and it looks like money management this time on the pound Aussie. Well, it looks target one was 15. We missed target one by 7 ticks, 7/10 of a pip. That kind of proximity to the 50 EMA, to the 50 EMA. I think I would try to take some profit on that. Bring my stop to break even, take the risk off the trade. Although this is the same scenario that we had. Was it Tuesday or last Thursday? Had somebody ask about it. We're talking about a trade in another market, but he bailed out because of a double top before it, within a couple of ticks of a target one win. And that trade, had he stayed with it, ended up being a big winner. Better idea might be hide the stop behind the 20 SMA if you want to cut risk on the trade. Basically, you say you're willing to take a break-even trade there. Pound Aussie been trending down pretty much all morning. You're quite welcome. Pamela, you have a good weekend yourself. And I think I'm going to wrap it up for this morning. Hopefully back to a regular schedule next week. Everybody have a good weekend. Good trading tomorrow. And a good weekend. And we'll see everybody back on Monday. See you next week. Thanks, Miles. I hope it is too.